Oh, jeez. No, I don't want... It wouldn't be that then. Hey, everybody, I'm playing Wordle. Apparently it's the new hotness. And Ryan's got me hooked on that. Welcome back to Two Nerds, One Quest. I am your host and DM, JC Dittmer, here with these three nerds because math is hard and Wordle is interesting. That man pointing at me and me not even seeing it because Wordle is interesting is one Tom M. Norman playing Doug this morning.
Doug.
It's gonna be so hard to break. No longer Aaron.
And it's been a while since
Rest in puddles.
I got you. Since I caught you.
Mm-hmm.
It feels good. I like it.
Poor Aaron. Rest in puddles. And that frowning man there with the Gallows and Anderson shirt on, that is one Ryan Crixus Kukta, the only member of the original trio to be himself still. How are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, Crixus is still... He's a little grumpy, but he's holding fast.
My camera's all, like, fuzzy, and I don't know why. So, we'll see. And here. That last man there, the legend, the lore master, the limerick maker, the lazy dragon, one Jeff Jacob Williams. I still want to sing every time I say it.
Jeff Jacob.
Too many Jeffs.
Yep. His name is my name
Good morning.
too. Whenever we go. Isn't that
morning,
like
everyone.
copyrighted though?
Doesn't matter.
We gotta be careful with that one. We can only do 30 seconds.
30 seconds. I'm not
It's
doing
like-
30 seconds of that singing.
I think if you sang it in elementary school, it's not copyrighted.
Well, you thought about that about Happy Birthday, and then suddenly they can't sing it at Applebee's, so it's like, or wherever, Red Robin.
Yum.
Somebody owns Happy Birthday?
Apparently, it wasn't a
It wasn't in the public
fair
domain.
use. Yeah, it wasn't in the public domain. Someone actually had the rights to it, so you couldn't use it in a public place. So suddenly, all these companies that sang "Happy Birthday" to their customers when it was their birthday couldn't sing "Happy Birthday." So then you get all these funny clap songs and yelling and screaming and yeah. And
Next thing you know, you're
yeehaws
sitting
if
on a
you're at
pommel.
Texas Roadhouse.
At Texas Roadhouse, yep.
Yep, exactly.
Nobody wants that.
No, nobody wants that.
There's not a pommel that could contain me.
You can... you know what? Let's continue with the show. On with the show. Genius, do you have a recap?
Yes. Tom moving us along this morning.
All right, you ready for a recap?
We are ready.
Y'all want to recap? Say, fuck that.
Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Why that came to my head, I have no idea. Primarily because I think it's because it's you guys. I mean, when we used to play Magic together.
How many ways
All right.
we derail a show?
Oh, just wait.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
warming up.
Mm-hmm. Well, on the bright side, it allowed my connection to get a little better there. So
There we go.
We started the last show with a melted Aranon and a Birdman showing up. So we started battling the flaming skulls. Crixus using his guiding bolts. Birdman was able to shatter the first skull with his mace. The second skull decided to fireball like everybody. So Crixus took his axe and bashed it against a wall. While Crixus was having a little bit of a meltdown, Jacob collected Aaronon's stuff, and we had a little meet and greet with Doug, the Birdman. Doug was a childhood friend of Aaronon's and just a little bit too late to catch up on good times. But he did do a little bit of a tribute to Aranon, making an oath to defeat Oral, and while doing so, his shield collected some of the water as frost from Aranon. As we ventured back out into the main cavern area, there was a drop off where we could see icicles and a part of a building and a small hissing dragon-like creature far away in there. And we decided rather than trying to navigate down a 20-foot drop, we would head towards the southwest tunnel, for those of you following on the map. And that is where we left off. So, I was a little tongue-tied on this one, so here we go. There was a bad bird boy named Myron. Got locked up for thievin and conspirin. He now is called Doug. He's no longer a thug, and he's leading a life that's inspirin'.
Wow.
And that one took you 5 minutes. That's actually damn good.
That's really good.
Well, there's not too many things that rhyme with Myron, so that made it easy.
I suppose. That is very, very good. All right, so you were moving your way down that hallway to H4. And as a group, you headed that direction? Correct.
I think as we're going, I would send Tika first, because if we think there's more of those fire things, she's immune to fire right now. So she would make an okay scout.
We didn't decide which way we were headed yet. I had recommended we were going towards H1 or H3, choosing a different path than hopping down and not being able to get back up.
H1's where you came from. There's the H3 to the right. You guys already explored H3 to the left. You have not explored.
Okay,
and
I thought we
H4.
came in from H. Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, so Crixus heard the cackling from the H3 to the right. And Crixus made everybody aware of that. But then we also saw that emaciated dragon ling closer to the H4. So,
yeah.
Well, Doug would want to go down the path, and he would want to go down the path that we haven't seen yet. Also, there's that other one. Do we have to search for that? Is that one that we've noticed?
Which one?
There's like a little creek in the southwest corner of H2.
Southwest corner of H2. That's the one that leads to H4. So if you go to the right, if you come in through H1 and you go to the right, that's H3.
Yep.
If you go to the left, that's H3. Those are both H3.
Uh-huh.
And then down the 20-foot drop, that little creek is actually a cavernway. That's a arrow moving up. So you actually descend down towards H4. That 20-foot drop is a gradual descension through that little cave system to H4.
Yeah.
I'm looking at clearing H3. So Crixus is going to say, I heard that cackling from down there. If it's another one of those skulls, we better clear those out before they creep up on us again.
Yep, let's do it.
So you make your way down H3, and it kind of splits at one point. Would you like to go left or right?
I would.
Left is always right.
Yep, left is always right.
Okay. Turning to the left, you look and you hear just a low chuckle, and you look up in the top corner of it, and there's one of those skulls up there. At that same moment, you hear a cackling from the other tunnel of another one.
Awesome. They're all over the place in here.
Yeah, they are. Is it within reach, or how far up?
Yeah, it's within reach. If you wanted to, it seems to be kind of like the one that's in the room that's chuckling. The chuckling, it's almost like he can't help himself, but he seems to be trying to hide. But he's not doing a very good job because he's uncontrollably chuckling to himself.
Was this Doc's skull?
Yeah, right.
No, it was not.
Chuckling.
No, it was not.
I'm gonna walk forward and bang my mace against my shield and say, "You there, come out from behind. Show yourself."
Can I pot shot one, or do we need initiative?
Well, if you want a pot shot one, go nuts.
Yeah, you should.
Sure. Eh, 11.
11. Actually, let me pull this up over here. This will be a better place to pull this up.
11.
Sure that misses.
11 does miss. Get Elian up. Do it that way. That works. All right. That will throw us an initiative. So,
Makes sense.
I need... to actually...
So we're rolling for initiative. Is that what I'm getting?
Yep, roll for initiative. So
15.
I'm just trying to pull up Valine's stats.
I love that the dice know that I took that first pot shot and gave me a 4 for initiative.
Makes sense.
Alright, so Valine...
14.
14 for Doug.
Doog.
Jacob's a 4. What was Crixus?
15.
15?
Yes, sir.
Crixus. That puts Valine here. And then, actually, she was that. And then I need a roll for your Flame Skull. That's not very good. That's a 9. Alright, so Valine is up. She is going to... she's going to bombard it with, well, you know, the classic... oh, hang on a minute, because she did some of these before. She's going to chill touch this motherfucker. So it is a... Two. Spell attack is 14 plus 6, so I'll get this sooner or later. And that misses.
Damn it.
10. Then she is actually gonna kind of duck behind the corner and actually try to hide from it.
That's odd.
Yeah. That is a... Well, she remembers what happened last time, so... yeah.
Melting people and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Someone melted last time. So... That moves us to Crixus.
I need a dex save of 14 or better from the flaming skull. I'm gonna Sacred Flame.
Yeah, rolled a 17 and it's got a dex of +3, so
Alright.
20.
Nothing then.
Slippery little bastard.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Are you moving?
I am. I'm gonna move closer to it to
Right up into melee?
try to get its attention.
Get in its face, Doug.
All right, I'm going to. So here's a question. I have, and I feel like I have this. I can use it anytime. Witch Bolt. It is in my actions.
Yeah,
Not in
Witch
my
Bolt's
spells.
amazing.
Like it's in my spells too, but
Yeah.
if it's in my action, does that mean I can use it anytime without using a spell slot?
Trying to think of I don't think so.
A spell in your actions is there's a checkbox in the spells that allow you to put it on your actions tab as a shortcut.
Okay. Because I was going to say, I thought I had some that I could use at any time. But that would be under spells.
Your
either way.
cantrips.
Yeah.
Your cantrips. So Toll the Dead, Spare the Dying, Frostbite, and Blade Ward would be able to use at any time.
Oh, shit, and I don't remember. I don't think ice did anything to it last time, did it?
No, both ice and fire had no effect, and there was other less effects. I think Jacob's arrows were less effective.
All right, I'm going to do Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead.
Wisdom 14.
Wisdom saving throw. Let's see, that's an 8 plus nothing. So 8.
Nice. Is it missing any hit points?
Not yet.
Okay. 10 damages.
10 damages.
It is now.
What type of damage is it?
Necrotic.
Okay. Doesn't do as much as you thought it would.
Shite. How much less?
Typically, if I say it doesn't do as much as you thought it does, it has a resistance to it, which is half.
Yeah, you don't get to know. No.
You don't get to know specifically, but that
Yeah, I
is
figured.
kind of my hint that, hey, it has a resistance to this damage.
Yeah.
And then metagaming, something that has resistance to something, it takes half the amount of damage. So, anything else you'd like to do, Doug? I love the name.
Nope, I'm good for now.
He is going to fire back at you, Doug, because you hit it. Let's see. First attack is. Oh, let's see. That's a 9, really? Wow, that doesn't look like a 9 on the die. The first attack's 14 to hit.
Miss.
Miss. Second attack is an 11 to hit, so that does not hit either.
That misses even more.
Yes, it does. Oh, there we go. That's what I needed to do.
Hard to believe one of these guys melted our friend.
Well,
Legitimately melted.
he crit, so. Then it is the other one. And the other one comes down the hall cackling, hearing the combat. And
He wants a piece.
decides to attack Valine because she's the first one he sees.
I picture it's Skeletor
She
cackling.
tried to hide from the one, and she successfully hid from the one, but the other one's like, nope, I see you. And Valine's going to catch a couple of attacks here. That most definitely hits. That's a 22. Where is she? Yeah. So, let's see. I gotta keep track of this as well. I forgot.
Shit.
22 hits her for sure. Oops. Damages would be. And she takes 11 points of fire damage on the first attack. And the second attack. It's kind of what she's saying because she's not paying attention to this one at all. It snuck up on her. And a 9 does not hit her. She's well aware of that one now. That moves us to Jacob. As fire melts the wall
all right,
beyond Valine.
Jacob would probably go after the one in the back, then the one that's going
Okay.
after Valine.
Yeah,
And
the
he
sudden
would just,
explosion behind you.
Let's see. He would attempt a cantrip chill touch,
Chill touch.
which is
Excellent.
neither chill nor touch. Yeah.
Exactly, right? It's necrotic ranged.
No chill.
Okay. 21 to hit.
21 to hit does hit. They should call that spell Necro Bolt or something.
It would
Necrofizzle.
be 8 damage.
8 damage. That's the one that Valine is doing.
And I think it's necro. So.
Yeah, it's Necro. Okay.
And then the command peak bite the get in and bite the other one.
The other one? Okay.
The one that the others are going for.
Yep.
It's 15 plus 6, 21 to hit.
21 absolutely hits.
This is the first time Tika hit.
Nice.
I won't roll the cold damage die because I know it doesn't matter. So 2
Okay.
plus 3 of piercing. 3
plus
piercing
3.
damage. Or
3,
5 piercing damage.
5 piercing damage. Doesn't do as much damage as you thought it would do. Something about piercing.
Okay. So Tika's just going to be menacing and that one distract because she's in fire. And I'm done.
All right, that puts us back at Valine. We got shot in the back with some flames. She's a little salty now. So let's see. Valine will be. Let's see. She is going to. She's gonna vampiric touch this fucker.
Do it.
Plus 6. So that is a 21 to hit, so that absolutely hits. And it is 3d6 necrotic. Where am I? Okay. 3d6 necrotic. 11. And that's halved because it's resistant to necrotic. So brings that her. She seems to rejuvenate a little bit with that. gets a couple of Healy points back.
That seems good.
Healy points.
And then she moves over to stand behind Jacob.
Makes sense.
Her perseverance, or her perseverance, her survival instinct kicking in. All right, that moves us to Crixus.
All right, Crixus has got one in melee range, right?
Hell yeah, he does.
So Crixus is gonna break off his hand axe in his eye socket. So we'll see what happens here. Or not.
Or not.
Crixus takes the swing and rolls a 1.
Oh, shiznit. Roll a strength check for me.
And
10? All right. You swing and you miss this guy, and for a second your axe just bam right in the wall, and you're like, ah, and you yank it out of the wall. You didn't actually hit so hard that it drove it into the wall and got stuck. But
oh, perfect.
a big chunk of ice kind of slides out of the wall. Ice cubes for my drink.
All right. Crixus just blurts out loud a swear in some sort of infernal and pass the turn.
All right. Moves us back to Doug.
Alright, I'm gonna swing with my mace.
And you're attacking the one out by Valine? Yes.
I'm attacking the first one we saw because that's the one I'm right next to.
The first one you saw, yes.
Yeah.
That's right. So this is Crixus and Doug.
8.
This is Valine. 8 misses. And Jacob. And this is Tika. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Doug?
Give it the finger.
Give it the finger.
No.
Makes sense.
All right. That moves us then back to them. The one is going to go after Tika.
Wait a minute.
Tika's the last one to do
I
any
think I
damage
have-
to it.
I think I can attack twice.
Can you?
Yep, I can attack per action twice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Make your second attack then, buddy.
Shit.
Before we get into the next person's turn.
13.
13 just hits.
Oh,
Just hits. You hit him.
6.
Just barely. That's his AC.
6.
Someone needs to hit him.
6.
Damages.
6. What style damages? Piercing?
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning. That's a good one.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I'm like, actions, attacks per action, 2. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
And I looked at my special, and it's like, oh, you get 2 attacks.
Yeah. So. And that seems to do the full amount of damage you were expecting it to do when you hit it. So that feels very, very good. Moving to the flame skulls. The one is going after Tika. Actually, no, that one's going after Doug now. That just reprioritized the target.
Of course it did.
Of course it did. You were the last one to hit it. He's a little pissed.
Bring it on, bitch.
Actually, he is going to... Aw, boo. I forgot to do something. Hey, my loss is your gain. Why are you not working? Oh. Boo. All right, it is going to. Let's see. You and Tika and Crixus would all be in range, so it is going to. That's good bang for the buck.
Oh, no.
I need a dexterity saving throw from the 3 of you.
11.
1? Ooh, that's not good. Tika?
Dice
Into
are really
fire.
responding to that.
If that's what it is.
What was it? What'd you say, Jeff?
Tika's immune to fire, but I'll roll it anyway.
Oh, okay. Then you don't need to roll it. It's fine. She can just.
I'm thinking
What,
Kucha's dice
you had
probably
11,
had a rough
Doug?
day yesterday. Yeah.
11. Yeah.
11.
Oops. I think you and Crixus will take all of this. Well, actually, Crixus will take half of it because he's a tiefling.
That was a lot of dice clicking.
32 points of fire damage.
That was a lot of dice clicking.
16. It's 8d6 for a fire. That's a massive boom. Just kind of blows out the room. And Crixus takes 16 points. Doug takes 32. His feathers are a little singed. Tika's standing there like she's like a dog playing in a water hose.
Good God.
I'm like one of those, I'm like Daffy Duck when he gets fireballed but on Looney Tunes. I reach up and I put the fire out of my hair.
Perfect. And then the other one is going to attack Jacob. That's a 24 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
For
What kind of...
9 fire damage.
Okay. Thankfully,
And
the
then-
resistance.
Second attack is 12 to hit.
12 misses.
12 misses. So it launches a fire ray from its eyes, what you saw melt down Aranon, hitting you with the first one, and the second one melts a hole in the wall behind you as the ice, and you just water kind of pours out of there. And that moves us to Jacob.
All right.
Retaliation
He's going
time,
to take
buddy.
2 shots with the longbow. Come on. Give me some big numbers. Nope. Okay. Second shot with the longbow. First one was an 11. Okay, that's good. Second one is 23 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
And this is piercing of 4.
4. Valine kind of looks at you and says, "Just put that damn thing away. It's not doing as much good as your sword would." Do you have a
And
sword?
then bonus action. I do have a rapier. So
Okay. A rapier? Okay, yeah. But rapier's piercing too, isn't it?
So yeah, rapier's also piercing. So Tika attack with a bite.
Tika attack with the bite.
Oh, it slid on the 20 and then flipped.
Chomp, chomp.
20, dirty 20 at least.
Yeah. Yeah, that hits. That definitely hits.
And then is 7 piercing damage and some fire damage that I'm sure doesn't matter.
7 piercing. Alright. That piercing doesn't seem to do as much as you thought. And the fire does nothing.
Done.
That is Jacob's turn is done. Valine, she's a little frustrated with Jacob for using piercing weapons. She is going to she will she starts casting a spell in her hands and creating this ball of dark necrotic energy and launches it out towards the flame skull. The flame skull's got to make a dexterity saving throw. Dexterity or constitution? Hang on a second. Con save. Con save. So that con save is a 20. Plus 2 is 22, so it saves.
Jesus.
So
I'm over here rolling ones. These guys are rolling.
half as much on a successful save, so half of this.
Roll your dice and some spicy
good.
salt. That'll get it going.
Now you're talking.
There's a whole lot of other dice going the other direction.
Be a lot of acid damage in the
30.
next morning. Though.
34 necrotic damage, halved because he made a save, and halved because he's resistant to necrotic. So 34, 17, 8 necrotic damage on a blight. Yikes.
Should we look at her with disdain now for using?
You may want to, Jacob. Jacob, I don't know. Does Jacob look over his shoulder and go, "Huh?"
The hypocrisy of it all.
That was a lot of wavium words for not a lot of action.
Yeah, for a piece of hair to fall off.
Yeah, exactly. Crixus.
My go.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna look back at my team. Visually, who looks like they could use some healing?
Doug looks pretty bad, honestly.
Doug is
Jacob's
still probably
fine.
on. He's still got some feathers on fire. So
You don't see Valine.
all right.
You can see Jacob. I don't know if he looks any worse than Doug.
I'm gonna heal.
Jacob's fine.
I'm gonna bonus action healing word on Doug then.
Okay.
and that gives him 16,
16. Excellent.
and that gives me 5.
Yay! I love that when you start getting to the cleric spells that heal yourself as well as others.
And then I've still got my attack, so I'm gonna
Hell
swing
yeah.
my hand axe back at this skull.
That's kind of funny because it's an axe, so it's slashing damage. It's one of the few things that'll do full damage to it, and you can't hit it.
16. 16, I'm gonna hit it this time, you son of a bitch.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. It hits
7 damage.
7 damages.
But it felt
Excellent.
good. It was a good save.
Oh yeah, and that one's beyond bloody. I'll say that. Oh, right there.
Alright.
That went beyond bloody, right there. And the other one looks All right. Anything else? You staying in position?
Oh, that's
All
it.
right. All right, Doug. You got some healing. Some of the fires went out around you. On you.
In you.
I'd say the feathers look charred and black, but your feathers are black. So
Yeah.
it's
It's hard to tell what's singed and
just
what's...
look a little shriveled.
Some look a little charred versus black, gray. Charcoal, emphasis on the charcoal.
God, it's so funny you said Daffy Duck earlier. Now that's all I can think of when I think of Duck.
Oh, boy.
So basically we need somebody
The
to
black
draw,
feathers and
we need
everything.
somebody to draw a Daffy Duck with a red beak and some feathers and holding a
Feathers,
shield and Alright, I'm gonna mace him up.
Mason.
Dirty 20
Oh yeah, that hits.
for 7 bludgeoning.
7 bludgeoning. Hey, that's another one that does like full damage to it. All right. So then you're staying right where you're at. You guys kind of got him cornered.
Yeah, yep, I'm...
Yep. That moves us to them. Let's see. He did that one already, so he can't do that one again. Oh, Doug, get ready for some fire rays here. First one is a 16 to hit. 15. Sorry, 15 to hit. Doug, it's
Oh,
15
It's a
hit.
yes or no question, Doug.
I'm not used to being called Doug yet. I was reading up on some of my spells. 15 is not
hit
hit.
you?
Nope.
Okay. Second attack.
I swear I'm listening. I'm paying
Less
attention.
than 15.
Not hit me either.
No, I like that you're reading and trying to figure out what you want to do next. That's good. That's what you should be doing as a player until the DM calls your name. But like you said, you're not used to being called Doug yet. And the second hit, attack was a 14, so that misses as well.
Hard pass. Hard miss.
Yeah, the second one is going after Valine. That is a 20, a nat 20. This may hurt Valine a little bit.
I was gonna ask if Valine cover because of Jacob, but Nat 20 doesn't matter.
Yeah. Thankfully for her, on 3d6 they rolled a 4. A 2 and 2 ones. So that's 8 damage to Valine. And the second attack is a 17, which I believe hits her as well. Yep. So, yeah, the one that didn't crit did 5 more damage than the one that did. She takes 13 more damage.
Makes sense.
Jacob, it's to you. You see these 2 rays of fire come across over your shoulder, hit her full, stagger her out from behind you, and the second one hits her.
All right, how close is the skull?
20 feet away from you. You could run up to it and slash at it if you liked.
All right. probably doesn't put together that it's the pure damage, but he's gonna run in and try with the rapier. He's not really afraid of fire damage, and he knows he wants to keep it away from Valine, so he will attempt that. 2 swings.
Yeah.
First one is a 14 to hit.
14 hits.
Yeah, let's roll lower. 4 piercing.
4 piercing. That one's now bloodied.
Yeah.
Rapier doesn't seem to do as much to it either as you thought it would.
Yeah. 23 to hit for the second one.
Yep.
And that is 5 piercing damage.
5 piercing damage.
Do you roll a 1 and a 2?
And then his command to Tika this time is going to be grapple.
Ooh.
So Tika's gonna try to basically cat pounce this thing like a little soccer ball and try to pin it to the ground.
So it leans forward, a little butt wiggles in the air and jumps.
It's gonna look adorable.
Uh-huh.
So, natural 1.
Tika jumps and it moves and hits the ice and kind of slides down the wall and
Like running into a glass door, not realizing the glass
Yep.
door is open.
just like that. All right, that was Tika, so we move back to Valine. She's a little toasty right now, so let's see, what does she have? She can, let's see, that took a, oh man alive. She's just too, yeah, she's, oh. She's kind of shrugging. She's gonna magic missile.
Yeah.
At this thing because it's
Magic missile is awesome.
yeah, it just hits. So 3 bolts come sailing out of her, and she does 7 points of damage to it. Because it is not magic missile is arcane damage, isn't it? Or type of. So, oh, it's wand of magic missile. Where's magic missile?
It's 3d4 plus 1 for each, and it's force
Oh,
damage.
plus 1.
Force
And
damage.
it's force damage. That's what it was looking for. So it actually does 10 points of damage.
Plus 1s.
All right. She's not having it. She wants that guy gone. She's gone to the old reliable. And that moves us to Crixus. And she also takes up her position behind Jacob again. Kind of
All right,
some
so
fire on her as she moves.
Human shield.
can Crixus see Valine?
No.
All right, so I'm gonna
Without moving.
I'm gonna yell to Jacob. Focus on the one right in front of you and kill that damn thing before Valine gets knocked down. That gives him the bardic inspiration that he needs to kill that damn thing. And then I'm just gonna swing my hand axe at the one in front of me.
All right.
You'll hear Jacob call back. We're fine. Everything's fine here. We're fine.
How are you?
Yeah, we're fine. How are you? Yeah.
And I was distracted by that, so I only rolled a 10.
Rolled a 10. 10 misses.
So, picking up my shield and end the turn.
Excellent. All right. Let's see, that moves us on to Doug.
Doog.
Doug. Mace to the face.
Yep. Mace right in his face.
Right in that nose cavity.
And I'll have to remember to do it
target.
twice, because I forgot to do it twice last turn. 17 to hit.
Yes, 17 hits.
For 7 damage. Good lord, I keep hitting
For 7 damages.
7
Good.
damages.
That's good.
Lucky 7s.
Ooh.
There's a lot of 7s in this
25 to hit.
fight. Oh, yeah. That definitely hits.
For lucky number 7 damages.
Are you shitting me?
I am not shitting you.
So the 7s all line up. How do you kill this thing?
Ching, ching, ching.
Ching, ching, ching. Like 7s above his... If this were like Final Fantasy, the 7s would have lined up above your head and it would have flashed and you would have like a mega hit or something.
How does it die?
Yeah. How does this one die?
So as I swing my mace, I hit it right in the side, and it gets stuck, and I pull it out, and the whole thing just deflates like a balloon.
Awesome.
And then I will turn, and I will move towards...
2 attacks.
Yep. I'm going to make
Move
my...
towards
use my
Jacob?
movement. And, yeah, I'm going to move towards the other...
Yep, you'd be able to get melee range with the other one.
Would I be able
That
to also
other one.
stand in front of Valine?
Yes. Yes, you would.
No, I'll notice that she's kind of hiding, so I'll kind of stand in front as well with my shield.
Yes. So you move over and stand in front with your shield. Let's see. You were Doug. Jacob, the Flame Skull. I need a dex saving throw from Jacob and Doug and Valine.
Ruh-roh.
Because this guy's got a fire. Because this guy's got a fireball too.
Would
Oh,
Valina
yeah, I
been
don't
just far
actually-
enough away if Jacob was 20? If Jacob was 20 feet away, would Valina have been 25 feet away?
Yeah, but it would have dropped the fireball
sure.
between the two of you. I mean,
Oh,
the
okay. So he's not
fireball.
fireballing himself anymore.
No, he's not. He's not concerned
Oh,
about himself
and
when he fireballs.
She would. All right, Jacob's good on fire. 24 for a deck save. And Valina
Actually,
gets
hang on a minute.
bonus from Doug, right?
Oh yeah, Valine would get the bonus from Doug on the save. You got a saving throw there, Doug?
14.
14. What is the spell casting? You save. Valine.
It's a big save.
I need that because my hit points are not great.
Valine failed.
Night time for her.
Maybe. No, it's 22 fire damage. She does
11
not
for
look.
everybody.
She does not look so good. Doug, you take 11 fire damage.
Yep.
Si, senor.
And that will finish its turn. Jacob. It is-
Oh wait, Jacob takes half of that.
Aren't you resistant because of Tika? Or
Yeah. Yes.
oh, you're
so
resistant.
I took half
'cause
and then half.
You took half and then half, so 5. Excuse me.
Gesundheit.
Yeah. Came out of nowhere. So Jacob, it is
That's
your
not
go.
It came out of...
All right.
It came out of me. It came out of my belly.
Make this son of
All
a
right.
bitch now.
He's seeing anything that he's trying doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot of damage, so he's also just gonna go for the grapple.
Oh.
Just grapple. Let's see, just a strength check.
Yep. Unarmed strike, basically.
It doesn't. Okay. Well, they're different. Oh, because I'm proficient with unarmed strikes. I'm not. I have a -1 in strength, so there's a difference. Okay.
Then we
Unarmed
should
strike
look at
looks
what.
better, but
I was gonna say, is
think
grapple say is it an unarmed strike? Because I think it
All
does.
right. if the difference between 20 and 17 matters, we can look it up.
Oh, it
Otherwise-
doesn't. It doesn't. The difference doesn't matter. Between 20 and 17, they're
Okay.
both successful. So you grapple him.
Okay.
You grab the skull.
I grapple him. I grab him by the face, and I'm gonna turn him around, like basically setting up a T-ball here for somebody. And I'll just have Tika come down the hallway, but there's no point in attacking. So
Valine
I'll do
is you grab him, turn around. Valine pulls her wand out. 3 magic missiles at it. Should do it.
Don't hit him. Don't hit Jacob.
Yep. So the thing eventually just blows up in your hands in front of you, and there's like you kind of brush skull shards off of you. Cave gets relatively quiet. We are out of initiative.
well, that was fun.
That was taxing.
So
Well then.
Crixus is gonna pass around some cure wounds. So
Jacob's
I
fine
will,
for now, so don't worry about Jacob.
As a
Valine will take anything you can give her.
side table
I'll
talk,
do a
Mr.
second level.
Mr. Crixus, side table talk. If you would happen to look into the bag of holding that was once Aaronon's, you may or may not find some potions of healing and greater healing.
You would remember that?
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
know that
'cause-
we have them, but I would not want to use them right now. But it would make sense to distribute
Right.
them. So let me finish my cure wounds here, and I'll give one to Valine. That'll give her 16, and me 4. And then, does Doug need any?
Doug is at 16 of 67. I do have lay on
Yeah, so-
hands. But I will take
Yeah,
any-
you
Yeah.
should probably use your
You
lay
should
on hands.
probably use
Yep.
that.
Mhm. And that'll
You'd-
give you.
I would save some of it though. You can parcel that out at any number of amounts.
Yeah,
you
that'll
want,
give you.
so.
You can only use 17 because you can only go up to half, right?
I think that's a different ability. I think.
Yeah, nope,
I think
there's
lay on
no-
hands is just healing.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it says I
I
can
remember that
use-
other one was clutch in the moment for whichever one that was. That does up to half.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
that's
can
preserve
use
life.
five points of the pool to cure disease or neutralize a poison effect as well. So I would want to save it anyways, just in case somebody got
Yeah.
janky.
So
So
like
I'll use
20
fif-
or
yeah,
15.
yeah.
Something
I was
like
gonna
that.
I'll use 15 for now.
Jacob does also have some cure wounds, but he has less spell slots, I think, than Crixus does. But he has the ability to cure.
All right.
I think Jacob
Then-
would, in the process of that and potentially the distribution, Jacob would be wondering if there's any chance he could borrow a different weapon, because apparently his neither his bow nor rapier does a whole lot of damage against these guys. So he was wondering if he could borrow something that maybe was Aaronon's.
Well, let's take a look in the bag of holding. So
Fine if he
Crixus
takes it.
doesn't quite recall exactly what kind of weapons we had in the bag of holding. So, I'm gonna start
I got
to
it
take
right.
a look in there.
So the Dragon Slayer longsword and the
Plus one
short sword +1 were in there for weapons, and also a longbow +1, but that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense.
So, I guess from the short sword or the Dragon Slayer long sword, what would make more sense for Jacob?
The Dragon Slayer longsword is slashing versus the short sword is piercing.
Oh, is it short? I don't remember what short swords
Short
are.
sword's piercing damage? That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Short sword's piercing. The long sword is slashing.
Huh.
Slashing. Oh, there you go.
Okay, then probably the longsword.
Yep.
Knowing that has some significant sentimental value to you guys, but more from a meta standpoint.
Yeah, I
Make a
mean,
perception check, the three of you, while you're digging through this bag.
22.
22 Crixus, you actually see this guy.
17.
17, yeah, you would as well.
8.
8? Yeah, Doug, you have no clue. There's a little dragon-looking guy with fiery eyes. He actually, as he peeks out, Crixus, your roll is so good, you can tell it's a kobold, but it's not like a normal kobold. He's like emaciated, and he's got fire in his eyes. There's definitely something different about him. He's kind of peeking around the corner, and when you look at him, he looks you directly in the eyes. He hisses at you and takes off running.
Should I send Tika after him?
It's up to you.
Yeah,
I'm
I
asking
say,
Crixus.
did you see that wormling?
Yeah. I'll send Tika. Should
Makes sense.
Let's
fetch.
see.
I'll use my command to say fetch.
Where is... Here, I gotta see what is...
I would just look around and be like, huh? What's going on?
How fast is Tika?
Tika's 40.
All right. Make a grapple check for Tika. Because after about 100 feet, she'll catch it. 60 feet. 100 feet. Somewhere in there.
Not good. It's the roll is 6. Her strength is +3. So it'd be 9 or...
It rolls over. It will...
Probably pawing at it like a cat would, like...
Yeah.
It wasn't like a fetch and bring it back here immediately. It was kind of like a go get it, and it's like, oh, this is a toy.
Would a 16 hit Tika?
17. No, it would not.
It would not. So it rolls over, it swings at Tika a couple times, and then gets out from underneath her and keeps running. Does she keep pursuing?
So this is where it's interesting, because it's not a familiar, so I don't have constant communication with it. So
yeah,
I guess
and you said fetch, didn't you?
Yeah, so she would probably go after it with the
All right.
intent to fetch.
All right, so go.
That's
yeah,
better.
make another grapple check.
So it'd be like a dirty 20 if it's a strength check.
Yep. So she actually grapples it, gets it in her mouth, and you guys are sitting there. You hear the scrapping for a little bit, and then about 2 minutes later, she comes back with this kobold in her mouth. That's just clawing at her,
Dead
trying
mouse
to
on
escape.
dead mouse on the porch type gift from a pet. That's what she's doing.
That's
All right.
basically what she's doing. Oh yeah, there would be no damage if she was grappling it. Okay. So she brings this thing back. Would she drop it in front of you?
I think she'd hang on to it, knowing that it tried attacking her. So
Okay. So it keeps kind of swinging at her and unsuccessfully hitting her.
I assume it would get some escape rolls if it
Yeah.
took long
So
enough.
is anyone doing anything to it? Well, because it's very clearly still alive. It's chittering like a motherfucker, and like, if you understand Draconic, it's basically saying, "Let me go. Get me the hell out of this thing. Damn lizard."
Nice. I do speak Draconic.
So you hear it cursing this whole time.
I'll
Tika,
Draconic, friend or foe?
Hang on a second. I gotta make a. Let's go here.
While this is happening, Doug is going to put away his mace and take out his dagger and kind of go and almost not quite poke at it, but kind of like.
It stops struggling completely, looks you square in the eyes, and goes, "Foe! Ha!" and starts trying to escape again.
All
It
right.
rolled a 2 on its intelligence check for its answer, and it has a -1.
So
So he thought he was saying friend. He thought he was saying the one that would get him away fair and
I
square.
would. I'd command Tika to bite then. So since she's already kind of got it in her mouth.
Yeah, he's struggling to get away too. Like the strength checks are
So-
sub 10.
Attack roll of a bite is 12.
You have advantage because it's grappled, correct?
I don't know because she's the one grappling it.
I honestly would say she doesn't have to roll to hit. She has it in her mouth.
Oh,
She just has
okay.
to bite down. So roll damage.
Okay, is it immune to anything?
Um,
Is it immune to
no,
fire?
it has
I
a
guess?
bunch of.
Or is it resistant to fire?
It's resistant to a bunch of stuff, and it's not
Okay.
immune to anything. But you wouldn't know that necessarily.
Okay, the first die is a 4 plus 3, so it would be 7 piercing damage and 1 fire damage.
All right, so that's a total of 4 damage that it takes.
Okay. And with that attempt, then she probably loses the grapple because she's actually biting it.
Well, she just. I mean, if it's in her mouth, she's just biting down
Okay.
on it.
All right.
It screams "ow, ow, ow" and tries to get away. I'm giving it a chance to get away because of it. No, still does not get away. It's rolled a 6, a 4, and a 2 to try and get away from her.
Doug would
Doug, you
actually
kind of
get in on
poked at it.
action.
It seems. You want to just take a swing at it? You got advantage on this because it can't go anywhere.
Yeah, I would use my dagger because I wouldn't want to smash Tika in the face.
Okay.
$22.
22. Yeah, it hits.
5 piercing.
5 piercing. Okay. Valine's looking at it and she sees like the circular eyes. The fire swirling in the eyes, and she's just kind of watching it. It doesn't seem to be bleeding much. Let's see if she actually puts it all together. Let's give her an intelligence roll. And actually, Crixus, you can make an intelligence roll as well if you'd like.
I would love to.
5?
20.
20.
Nice.
So technically 21.
Yeah. You have holy water on you, don't you?
Yep. In my
Yeah.
mom's box. Yep.
Yeah. So you you take your holy water out and kind of walk over and just start pouring a little bit onto its head, and it starts sizzling and screaming and eating away at the skull of this thing, and it eventually goes limp in Tika's mouth. This thing's vampiric in nature.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeesh.
that's good
You
to know.
essentially water tortured it to death by dropping acid through its forehead.
Wow. All right. Well, Crixus feels good about that, but that was disgusting. It seems like. So.
At least it wasn't in your
You
mouth.
still have your holy water. You didn't use a lot of it. It sizzled and it was kind of gross. So what does Tika do with the dead body?
Yeah, spit it out in the corner and kind of do that blah thing with the tongue.
Paws on the face.
Hairball.
She comes over to the ice wall and starts licking it.
Tongue gets stuck.
Stuck.
Ah.
Stuck.
Does anybody have a cup of warm water?
All right, as I'm going through the bag of holding,
Mhm.
Genius, how many potions of healing should I be distributing to the team?
I wrote down 1 greater and 2 regular.
All right, so I'll give the
In the
greater
notes.
potion of healing to Doug, and then 1 of the regular to Valine, and 1 to Jacob.
She's gonna use hers right away.
Makes sense.
2d4 plus 2, right? Regular.
Yep.
Oop. It's 1d4. Let's do 2d4 plus 2. It's a total of 5 plus 2 is 7, so it puts her right there. She feels a bit better now. Bit more on her feet, kind of shakes off.
Did you say the other one went to Doug or to Jacob?
The
The
greater
last one.
went to Doug, and the regular went to Jacob.
Okay.
And then I'll probably just need a list of all the additional items so I can update the bag of holding in my inventory. So
I think
don't
it's
know.
in.
Yeah,
It's in
the
Put them in the
chat.
Discord.
In the Discord.
Oh, okay. Sorry, yeah, I missed that.
Yeah.
So I will look
Yep.
that up and update that.
There were a few things that I think have been missed. So we can talk about that offline.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. So what would you like to do? Threats averted.
We would, well, I would search the cave that we're currently in, and then we would have to go down that other branch.
You find a lot of ice and snow in this cave.
Nonsense.
Can I search the kobold's body? Did he have any equipment or anything, or was it just like a naked kobold?
Essentially a naked kobold. He had no weapons on him. He had, like, his clothing were rags.
Okay.
All right, I would leave that tunnel then, and then go down the other branch that we didn't go down.
Okay.
Yep, I'll follow Doug.
So you descend this winding tunnel, the cold and the silence, your armor echoing down through the halls.
Oh, just to let you know, as I was sorting through the bag of holding, I pulled out the boots, and
Oh.
I donned the boots.
Excellent.
Had a
There you
kid.
That would essentially be a short rest if you're going to tune to the boots. So if anyone wanted to use hit dice during the short rest, you could as well.
I think that makes sense, right?
I don't know if the boots take
Attunement?
attunement, actually.
No, they do not.
Yeah, they do not.
Oh, they do not? Okay,
They
then
do
then
not
you didn't
require
necessarily
attunement.
take a short rest unless you wanted to. I thought they were
I just
attunement. Sorry.
found them
That-
as I was
That's my bad.
pulling out
I think the
swords
hat-
and potions.
It does.
The hat takes attunement.
Okay.
Okay.
So you climb forward. This cave opens up at one point into a just an open area. There's a pile of bones in one corner, a couple of rocks in the middle that you see, and another tunnel leading off to your left into H5. You don't see anything that makes you like. There's nothing that's like, oh, I need to go look at that. It's all very clear and presented to you. Walking into H5,
In between H4 and H5, can I just look for tracks to see if it looks like there's more than just the one kobold?
yeah, it's not hard to see. It was just the one kobold. Oh, I got it. Holy crap. That's a fruit fly. Just looking at the ground, you do see some of the tracks, but it looks like it was just the one up here.
Okay.
Then they kind of lead into the floor and off to the right. As you walk into H5, they lead off to the right and down towards H10. Crixus, when you walk into H5, all the icicles hanging from the ceiling that you saw before, you notice that like they're hanging from the ceiling. They're like the length of long swords. Some of them, though, don't appear to be icicles. They appear to be some sort of creature that has wound itself or bound itself together to look like an icicle. So there is a couple of these up in the ceiling by these icicles.
Yeah, so I'm gonna whisper this information to my team.
Okay.
And say, I don't know what would trigger them, and I don't know if they're powerful, but I see that it would be a nightmare for us. How many do I identify?
Make a perception check. That'll make you make a perception check. Or your passive gave them away. See how many you count with your perception check.
It's 1s or 20s today. That's
Ones
a
or-
20.
That's a 20. You can count there. You're fairly certain there's 7 of them up there. In
Crixus,
various
why are you sitting down and
spaces.
taking
So
your boots
I-
off? Put your pants
I'll
back
tell the
up.
team, there's more than 5 up there. All right.
And what exactly are they again? They're
creatures. You don't know.
They're
They look like
creatures that are
trying to pose as icicles.
they're trying to camouflage themselves on the ceiling of the room that we're in.
So
And until they were pointed out to you, you had a hard time distinguishing the difference between the icicles and the creatures up there.
yeah, Doug and Jacob don't have dark vision, so they're limited to what they can see. But
Mhm.
so two major options. I'm sure there's other ones, but try to be sneaky and not alert them, or go in guns blazing.
I think we want to be stealthy if we can, because I'm not at full strength, and I would hate.
So on the far side of this cavern, Crixus, you would see the tower that was there, and there are holes and cracks in that tower that you could actually look through if you wanted to. Off to the right is the tunnel leading down to H10.
Can I ask Jacob to shoot another lit arrow into one of the holes? Or
Holes of the tower? Sure.
see if we can
Yeah.
see really well what's over there. Shouldn't be too loud to do that.
Yeah, I mean it'll let the light will shine all the way across. So if these things are sensitive to light, they'll see it flying.
Until he gets a natural one
Yeah.
and accidentally shoots it straight up into the
I mean,
air and hits one.
If those things are sensitive to light, our torches are going to let them know we're there. So,
Yeah.
Okay. So make an attack roll.
Okay, yeah, toppled tower in the middle, or the round structure over by
The round structure over by 6. In the middle, that's a pillar laying on the ground.
All right. Cast light on an arrow and fire. Could you use that during combat?
24?
Yes.
Yeah, right through the hole. You can see the other. There is light now coming out of the cracks in it. Like you can't see it unless you go over by it. Like the cracks are like this narrow, so you won't actually see what's on the other side. But the arrow apparently landed, and there's light over there on the other side. So there's some surface beyond that wall that you'd be able to stand on or explore if you wanted to. An interesting thing happened when the arrow sailed away. One of the icicles fell from the ceiling and crashed to the ground, shattering ice all over the place.
Okay, so I feel like there is going to be some dexterity checks necessary as we traverse this area. But I think it's in our best interest to try to do a stealthy cross of this area. What do you think?
Yeah.
So
Are you
we can see
crossing
the
to
path that-
H6 or the tunnel to H10?
That's what I was gonna ask.
I wanna check out this tower thing, right? I mean, I wanna
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
see what's in there. I mean, we're looking for stuff, so we've got to find structures where stuff would be.
Yeah, and it would make sense to, check everything, because it's either building or path. And building, in theory, I don't want to say is going to lead somewhere, but there's an ending to a building versus a path.
What does Jacob think about that?
Say again.
What does Jacob think about
Going to find stuff.
Going
Going to the
into
building.
tower?
Jacob's along for the ride. Jacob's along for the ride. He's not leading this. He's supporting. So he's good with that. He'd probably leave Tika at the door, just so that because he can always do other things with her. But let everybody see how sneaky everyone else is first, and see how far we can get.
Okay, make
let's stealthily move across the room.
stealth
I'm a
check.
ranger who didn't take pass without trace. So sorry about that, guys.
Oh boy.
You kidding me?
It's a 1.
20.
Oh, 20.
That's fine. I have an 8.
15.
Valine's got a let's see, where's her dexterity? Yeah, she's got an 8 as well. You said 20, Jacob? As well?
15.
Oh, 15. 15. So Jacob and Crixus, you guys make it over to the tower without much issue. I need a dexterity saving throw from you, Doug, and Valine needs to make one as well.
Natty 1 for 7.
Ooh, ow. So you
Not
as
being
you
a rogue
creeping
sucks.
along- as you are creeping along, an icicle comes out of the ceiling, falling to you, and you take 11 points of piercing damage as it lands on you.
Ouch, man.
Valine was able to get out of the way of hers, but one came crashing down by her as well. You guys make your way over to the tower. Crixus, looking through this crack in the tower, on the other side of the wall, you see there isn't a lot. There on the walls that you can see, there's shifting geometric patterns that keep moving, and there is a human skeleton in a white robe that lies on the uneven floor.
He is laying down on the floor.
He is laying down on the floor.
Does there appear a way to access that room easily?
You think you could push open some of this crack and just push the wall open and tumble it in and climb in there, crawl through the opening that you create.
I think I'm gonna turn to Jacob and let him know that I intend to do that.
Okay. Do you want me in there also?
And I say no, just wait for Valine and Doug, who seem to be having a harder time getting across the room.
Okay.
So you push open this hole, and right when you climb through into this room, Valine and Doug both show up by Jacob. Walking inside, give me an intelligence check. It's an Arcana check, actually, if that helps you at all.
It does, in fact. 11.
11. Yeah, and you're looking at this geometric pattern that is moving along the wall. There's something to it, but you can't figure out what it's doing or what its purpose is. But there's definitely something arcane there.
All right, before everybody else gets in here, can I search the robed body?
Yeah. It has, as you looking at it, it's laying down. It's been there quite a while. It's kind of frozen. There's a silver holy symbol shaped like a 4-pointed star hanging around its neck. If you can make a history check, you might understand what that is.
Oh. 11 on that.
11, yeah. It's looks familiar, but you can't place what it would be.
All right. I'm going to open up my backpack and carefully pull out the Orb of Professor Scant and see if he can provide any knowledge to what this room might be.
You pull him out and he's like, oh, we're in one of the Netherese towers, aren't we? The Netherese spellcasters, they'd come to towers like this. They'd regain their spent magic more quickly. Gosh, despite the damage to the tower, this may actually still work.
Do you know how we would activate this power?
Just resting here.
Hmm.
The weave on the wall will actually just help you. Just rest in this room for a short time. You may get some of your magic back.
All right. Well, I'll
That's a holy symbol of Mistral.
holy symbol of Mistral.
Yeah.
Am I familiar with Mistral?
Vaguely. And he actually he just sees it and starts going into a spiel. The history and fate of the god Mistral are tied up in the story of Netherill's fall. Mistral was the original god of magic. She is said to have created the weave, which enables spellcasting. A Netherese mage named Karsus sought to steal Mistral's godly power. To prevent certain doom from befalling the material world, Mistral sacrificed herself to keep Karsus from achieving his goal. After her sacrifice, Mistral was reincarnated as Mistra, and is now worshipped across Faerun, and that's the name you know. You understand the name Mistra, and that's why it was familiar to you. And that's his explanation of that holy symbol on his chest.
Okay. So I am going to thank you, Professor. I appreciate your knowledge and expertise.
If you keep me out of the bag, I may have... as you're putting him back in the bag.
Back in the bag, you son of a... I mean... No, I do want him back in the bag. I don't want the constant, tantalizing...
talk.
Discussion.
He probably wouldn't shut up the whole while in the cave, and the voice carries, and...
and mostly Valine. I would hate for her to just be able to grab the orb and walk away.
And that's I kind of picture him like C-3PO. That's kind of where my head is at as far as him.
So I'm gonna call the rest of the group into this room and explain exactly what I just heard, and I think there may be some benefits to having us take a short rest here.
Doug would agree.
All right. All right, so you will take a short rest here.
So I don't know how it works, but if short rest is going to potentially heal our magic, we should use some magic to cure wounds or something. Unless we don't think it's going to get us all of our magic back. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
Does anybody still need healing?
Yeah, I do.
Otherwise, we can.
Valine would. She's not perfect shape, but she's not gonna tax you
I
guys out.
Certainly
I'll first
dole
level
out a couple
somebody.
of cure wounds for somebody.
Okay, if you wanna, I'll get Valine if you wanna get Doug.
Doug, you need some cure wounds?
I do.
All right.
All right, Doug, add 23.
Ooh, nice.
Valine can have 8. And then, in case it doesn't work, don't want to use too much. But
And then we're gonna have
Jacob
to
would use.
wrap this up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got the time. I got one more statement basically, and then we'll be done.
All right.
All right. Jacob
So-
would use hit dice on the short rest.
Yeah, and Valine would as well at this point. Taking a short rest in this tower, you regain 1 spell slot of 3rd level or lower at the end of the rest. You can't gain this benefit again for 24 hours.
What did we get? 1 spell slot?
1 spell slot of 3rd level or lower. So you use your dice to bump up your stuff. You can give yourself a spell slot back of 3rd level or lower. And we will pick up from there. Do you bring Tico over for the short rest?
Yeah, once we're inside, I'd have her
Okay.
just cross it.
She gets a little stuck going through the hole. And kind of wiggles and shimmies, and another rock or two fall out and gets her legs back through it.
Good place for a short rest.
She sits right by that opening, waiting for anything to come inside. Like a guard dog.
All right.
All right,
Cool.
we're short resting in H6.
Excellent. All right. Well, we are 2 Nerds, 1 Quest. We are here every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Sometimes a little earlier if need be, but usually 8:30 a.m. Thanks to chat for popping in. Thanks to everybody for listening and following along. Hopefully the stream was okay. Fingers crossed. I'm going to watch this week's replay and see what the deal is. But hopefully I can get that sorted out because it's really weird. Otherwise, you can follow us everywhere that you can follow us. Go to bit.ly/OurFunDiscord to get all of our links and to join in our chats and see what we were talking about with Aranon's bag of holding stuff. All the things that did not melt or were the bag of holding that list is in our Discord. bit.ly/OurFunDiscord. Patreon.com/2nerds1quest if you want to give us some support. We have some fun rewards in there that need to be updated by me at some point. Yeah. That's it for me, for the Lazy Dragon, for Mr. Crixus, and for the DM JC. We'll catch you next week.
The triangles and circles and squares swirl on the wall. And you
Oh
feel
my.
slightly more powerful. Triangles, circles, and squares. Oh my!
Mm.